Right, we're on. Wheat Shepherd. It's last stout IPA. It's exciting. It's the third one I've done of this today. It's
Yeah,
exciting.
good. Yeah,
No,
good.
it's good. So you joined us in the hub relatively recently.
Yeah.
So how have you found that? Because obviously you've had some pretty strong results off the back of that.
Yeah, I think there's the mindset stuff's definitely been a big help for me. Just more about just giving yourself a bit of a break and enjoying it, and just not so much like I mean, I've had obviously results where I felt like it's meant too much, and that's why I haven't got over the line against big players in big moments. But I just think now I'm getting better at dealing with that because I'm focusing on the enjoying it rather than the outcome, which is something that I've taken from the Q Sport, definitely, yeah.
So that's been the biggest difference for you, is like realising obviously you pay all this money to be at the event,
Yeah.
to enjoy it. That's really...
Yeah, and realistically, there's not enough money in our sport to put yourself through doing something you don't enjoy. It's not like it's creating us millions and millions of pounds where it's worth potentially, well, no amount of money's worth going through pain, is it? Like if you can, yeah, I mean, obviously you speak to sprint athletes and marathon runners and stuff. They're on a different scale, but for me personally, I just want to come here. I want to enjoy it. I want to play to my potential, and the only way I can do that is by being happy and enjoying it. And don't get me wrong, I've won events when I haven't been very happy, but the consistency is going to come from doing the right things and propelling yourself to be the best you can be by thinking positively as well. And I think that's part and parcel of being happy, isn't it? Like if you're going into balls or whatever and you feel negative, or you think, I don't fancy this, I'm going to miss this. Nine times out of 100, that's the outcome.
Has there been spells in the past where you've not enjoyed the game? Like?
Yeah, there's been a lot of times. Yeah, I think while I wouldn't actually say I haven't enjoyed the game. I haven't enjoyed the outcome, and not dealing with the outcome has then sort of transferred to future games. Not enjoying playing that particular game, so already stewing over a past result before I start a new game. I mean, I've lost games I lost a game in the semi-final 2 years ago here. It was actually my first IPA, and I got the semis of the amateur, and I lost to the guy who won it, who a lad from Wales. And then I went in the Open, and I lost a game straight away just because of my attitude, because I didn't deal with the loss I just had. And I've done that a couple of times, and I've got to the stage now where I'm not letting myself lose because of something that's already been. So just a bit of a better reset and a bit of a better mental strength, yeah.
So you're kind of changing your relationship to failure and understanding that that's how we learn.
Absolutely, right? Yeah. And just because I've lost that match or that tournament doesn't have to be that outcome in the next one.
No.
So how would I get over the previous loss? Well, it'd probably be by winning the next match. and ultimately, if you lose again, you're just backing that bad performance up with another, and then losing becomes habit.
Yeah.
The same as winning does. I've won tournaments where I haven't felt great, but just because I've been winning, I've just kept winning. Just because it is habit, and even though I haven't felt necessarily that great, because I'm getting results, when I'm getting the chance to finish the match, I already know I'm in that winning mentality, so I'm getting over the line. Whereas, like I said before, when I have lost, I've often backed it up with another, which obviously I've got a game not too long today, and I don't have that intention. I lost yesterday, but I'm ready to rock today, and today's a new day.
Yeah. So just a total reset, and then you just go again.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, you're coming here for 2 tournaments, not 1. And the amount of times that, again, I've come and I've gave everything to the amateur event and done really well, or everything to the pro event, and then I haven't backed the other tournament up with the same, I don't want to say effort, but the same belief maybe, or the same level of concentration. And if you want to be the best, you have to be, you're coming here for a full weekend for 2 events, not 1. So that's going to be my focus going forward, is sort of giving everything to both events and not putting all my eggs in the one basket.
Totally. Obviously, like I watched as many others did, like you're running the Worlds there, obviously at I suppose first event at the IP. It was just remarkable.
Yeah, like I say, I'd watched a couple of videos from the Q Sport Hub and just said to myself, right now, what we do now is we go and enjoy it and accept that you're going to be behind, things aren't going to go your way, things that you don't want to happen might happen, and there was a couple of matches throughout that where I've been staring down the barrel of the gun, as they say, and been sort of 2-0 down in sets, 2-1 down in sets, and I just haven't given up. I've still been smiling, I've still been positive, and things turn for me, and I think that might have unnerved my opponent sometimes, right, where he's not going away, and when you do start coming back and you're perked up and you want it, I think that does stop people getting over the line easier. Whereas if you're down in your dumps and you're slumped in your chair and you're blaming everything, people think you're dead and buried, and I'm not prepared to give that away.
It's just awesome. I just love that drive and determination, and so much like obviously we're friends on social media, and it's like I think the work you're doing. We discussed it earlier today. Like you're doing so many brilliant posts where you're out walking or just chatting around your table about men's mental health, and I think it's just absolutely phenomenal. You were saying you've had a lot of players reach out to you off the back of that, which is just absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, some of the messages that I kind of received, it's kind of like I was doing videos maybe every couple of weeks. It wasn't so much every day, but like every couple of weeks about like developments that I'd made and things that were going well for me. And yeah, there's a lot of things that different people opened up about different things. Some maybe like a bit form of addiction, some just literally just struggling with life in general, yeah, it choked me up a little bit. A few of the messages that I'd received, and I felt good in myself knowing that if that's just took a little bit of the weight off them for
you've done a
it'd
great
be a couple
thing.
of weeks, yeah. And I didn't realise the impact it was having. I was a bit selfish about it, to be honest. I was talking about it because it was helping me. And then the next thing when I'm seeing it's helping other people, like that's making...
Which in turn helps you even more.
Which it is selfish because it makes me feel good, but when I think about what it's doing for them, that's why I'm feeling good, because I know it's helping them,
And it's funny because like it's kind of went full circle, because so many like you've kind of broke down that barrier, and then I've had players contact me because they've seen some of your stuff, which has just been utterly profound. But really, and that's it's a great shame in Q Sports where it's like players have to find that they really struggle to reach out, whereas like I say, golfers are coming to me to get an advantage. But obviously mental health isn't my sphere. It's much more about performance, but it's like so many players I kind of feel like they're no understanding that it's actual mental health issues they've got rather than a performance.
It is. I think, but like say, both go hand in hand, and I think if you're mentally in a good place and you're mentally equipped to deal with adversity, I think then your performance is naturally going to get better. I mean, I know for myself, when I've had issues going on off the table, my performance has never been as good on it. And although you think it's a bit of an escape, probably is while things are going right, but it's when things are going wrong, and then you're blaming everybody else, and life owes me a favour type of attitude, and it doesn't. You've got to do the work yourself, and you've got to do the right things and have the right mentality to deal with things that are going wrong.
I think for the men, I see such a difference with the women that I teach. It's like there's such a less kind of stigma to mental health issues and stuff. Because it's I think with the guys it's quite hard for them to put their hand up at times.
I think men just like any of your friends, I can almost guarantee it's the same as with me. Like we see our friends will see each other and say, "How are you doing, mate?" "Oh, I'm fine, mate. How are you?" You're not fine.
No.
You're not fine. And but everybody says they're fine.
It's just ego
and like there's only like your really, really close friends generally, or a complete stranger. Like it's mad how much. Like I spend a lot of time going like saunas and steam rooms around like the gym where I'm at, and I feel like there's a lot of completely random people from different walks of life that tell you things that they might not even tell the closest, because there's no judgment there. And it's weird. Like it's not weird in a bad way, but it's weird that a complete stranger might feel more comfortable opening up than potentially your best friends, whether it be the shame or the guilt or the whatever it may be, like, or the judgment that you're scared of. But I think complete strangers opening up to you, like, it's a nice feeling sometimes because you can do the same and kind of both go your separate ways to your own lives, and it's just that little bit of weight shed that you needed to get rid of.
It's such a brave thing for you to do. You know, you're not just, you know, putting your hand up. You're doing it kind of in a public way, and sharing in this way. And I just think it's like, God, you know, as soon as I started watching your videos, that's why I contacted you straight away, because I'm just like, dude, this is amazing what you're doing. Absolutely.
Yeah. No,
it really is.
I think like from my own, my mother really, like, she's had a lot of bad things that go on in her life, and she's always been really open and honest, like with things that she's had go on through her childhood and all that sort of thing, and I think it's important to be the same. And I think it's important to be open and try and be honest and be a good person. And I know, like, there's recent things that have happened for me personally where I feel like my character's been called into question a little bit, and I don't think it's right, because all I want to do is just be a good person, do the right thing and help people. And I do a lot of voluntary stuff for an under-14s football team, and as much as I love doing it, like, I know I'm providing a safe place and giving something to sort of 13, 14-year-old lads, and I've got a team of 17 kids, you know, and their parents trust me, like, profoundly with what I do for their lads and what I offer them, and the relationship I have with them. It's amazing, and I think things like that, if I wasn't a good person, I wasn't doing the right thing, they wouldn't put me at the forefront of being a role model for the kids.
100%. The world's a better place for you, innit, dude?
No, I appreciate it. Yeah, it sometimes takes you a while to realise it, doesn't it? But I'm happy. When I look in the mirror every morning, I'm happy with the person I see. So,
No, you should be. No, it's really cool. Well, thanks for your time, buddy.
Appreciate it, pal. Cheers, thanks. Cheers, bud.